Happy St. Patrick's Day. Happy Friday. Happy March 17, 2023. What is going on, guys? Brandon here. The algorithm hates truth. The algorithm cannot stand truth. So please do me a massive favor. If you feel inclined, please share this out. The only way we're going to change anything going forward, the only way we're going to stop red versus blue, black versus white, man versus woman, old versus young, division, hatred, polarization, is by getting truth out, by fixing the money to fix the world. That's it. If the governments, if the people at the top still control the money, then it won't matter. Then it won't matter. Anything we do will cease to matter because they will continue pitting us at each other, our throats, like the Roman Colosseum, American bread and circus instead of Roman bread and circus, and everything will be for naught. Period. End of story. So please share this out. The algorithm hates truth. The big tech censorship is not going to do any favors to us. So anyone you see spreading truth, reality, an alternative narrative to the mainstream, because the mainstream is the wrong narrative. So anyone you see promoting the true narrative and reality and morality and ethics and accountability and responsibility, please share their message out. Please. Let's do it for each other. Let's do it for humanity, for our children at the end of the day. So let's jump right into this. 3.38, 3.39 on the U.S. 10-year. I know it says 3.4 right now, but when I brought this up a few minutes ago, we had dipped down under 3.4. So someone is buying up bonds big time. And I wonder who it might be. We have the Federal Reserve coming out. Janet Yellen, everyone, we got $2 trillion in liquidity being pumped into the system here. We've been telling you guys for a while now. The last few months, liquidity, really positive liquidity being poured into the system overall. Still hasn't helped much, but still banks are collapsing, things are collapsing. And at the end of the day, this is totally foreseeable and predictable. We've been talking about it here and saying things are going to break and things are going to happen. And this is just the way it has to be, because this is very easy to see with a dollar being debt, right? When we're in an equity-based system, none of this stuff happens. So, when I played at Michigan State, our coach there said, you got to love to battle. You have to love to battle. And it's true. You have to love to battle. That's life. Proof of work. That's why, again, I love Bitcoin. I love sound, hard money. Something of actual value you had to work for. You can't just print it into thin air and steal it from other people like fiat. Can't do that. I can't stand that. I want to preserve my purchasing power. That's why I save in Bitcoin. That's why I save in some gold and silver as well. And I do not save in dollars, in depreciating fiat dollars. And again, mark my words here, the governments are going to probably come after anyone who does well in the coming years and prepares. So I just want to warn you that our message here is to question everything with boldness, even the existence of God himself, and to get prepared. However, I do think we're already seeing it. The government is the drowning man in the water, and they are going to do everything they can to spend every ounce of energy deflecting the scoff and the scorn of the average person away from them and blaming other people. So anyone that is prepared, I just want to warn you now, you're probably going to get some crap from media, from government, from maybe friends and family. I don't even know. I mean, look at the last 3 years as an example. So be prepared. Give me freedom, give me liberty, or give me death at the end of the day. I want truth and I want reality, and I'm going to have freedom and prosperity. I can guarantee that. Looking dead in the camera, dead into whoever's eyes, whoever's watching. I will guarantee that. And I will fight to my remaining breath to have it, and my family's right to have that. So you can take that to the bank if it's still around. I mean, this is what a clown world we live in. Absolute clown world. That's I had to say that. This is the joke. I mean, is Bitcoin going to be there? And they're coming after it because it's actually taking the system apart. Bitcoin charging up here. Speaking of that, at 27,000. Doing pretty well because, what do you know? It's completely outside the system. It's its own network running perfectly. TikTok next block every 10 minutes. Weird that goes. Now, I still think it might go down in the short term, and great. Cheaper sats for everybody. Cheaper Satoshis for everyone to transfer their worthless fiat into actual money. That's great for us. That's awesome. However, this decoupling is going to continue happening, and it's going to get more rare. Bitcoin will be more rare, more valuable over time. That's why it will take more and more dollars over time to purchase Bitcoin, because dollars are going down in value and Bitcoin is going up in value over time. They're inverse of each other. The properties are completely inverse. I'm speechless. I'm really speechless. The DXY, conversely, we have here at under 104. because we have bonds being bought up. We have liquidity being pumped in the system, so the dollar is falling. It was at 105 just a few days ago, just a handful of days ago, above 105. So, things are easing around the world a little bit because the dollar is falling, because the bond portfolio is is getting bailed out here. And now someone made a joke the other day that the banks that just collapsed, their unrealized losses, they had to realize them, and they were like down $1 billion, one of the banks, and now they came in and liquidity being pumped back into the system. And if they would have just been able to ride it out the next week, they would have been up $1 billion. But because everything has dropped, 50 basis points just in the last handful of days, so they would have been up $1 billion actually. So they wouldn't have had to take a loss or shut down or anything. So I mean, this is the world of picking winners and losers. This is a government operation choke point coming after banks that had crypto in it and things like that, trying to shoot messages across the bow of crypto, and people that are taking out the system. You look at El Salvador. If we read the books, the things that are actually going on in the world, and stop paying attention to people who have your ill will and who have no idea what's going on. Don't pay attention to teachers and academia and media. These people are reactive. They don't know what's going on. If you actually study what's going on, the conspirators' hierarchy, the plans they have for that, they're not going down without a fight. But at the end of the day, newsflash, they might be powerful people and powerful entities, but there's much more of us than there are them. So a little newsflash to those at the top. So the fight is here. The culture war is being fought. World War III has already been going on for 20, 30 years minimum. This World War III, we're already in World War III. We've been in World War III. And most people just are completely asleep at the wheel still. So take your peaceful protest, take your money, your actual hard-earned value, and put it into the only finite asset we have, which is Bitcoin. Sprinkle a little bit in gold and silver as well. It's not financial advice, it's freedom advice. And get yourself prepared for what is coming. That's simply all that can be said. Crude oil been hit again, down 3%, just getting smoked. And we'll see I'll just read this to you really quick. Crude futures declined 3% to around 66 on Friday, hovering near its lowest level since December 2021, on the back of a global banking turmoil that stoked fears of broader market weakness in the economy. So again, oil, one of the reasons that the futures down is because people think the economy is going to slow down, right? We're going to have to start lowering rates. We're going to have to slow down the economy, so oil won't be used as much and things like that. Now, I tend to be a little bit knee jerk. That's not exactly the reason that always plays out. So, but again, the markets, you have to kind of take all these indicators into consideration, right? Gold and silver, though, however, right? We already touched on one of the liquidity indicators, which is Bitcoin, up to $27,000, just rip roaring. Gold up 3%, silver 3.5%, $22.5 for silver. Getting close to 2,000 for gold. I mean, these are again all-time highs for gold. Silver still not even half its all-time high. Close to half its all-time high, so it's still a long way to run. And I think these would be great plays in the coming years, gold and silver. And someone was just making a comment, which I'll do a separate video on, but gold is reserve. If you want full reserve banking, that's gold. Hold gold. You pay to have your storage and have your armed security guard your money. There you go. Now, people don't want to pay to have full reserve. They just take fractional reserve, and their currency could be gone because it's just debt. People don't really care. Like, okay, whatever. My debt instruments are gone. My currency is gone at the bank. Whatever. I was making a little bit of yield on it, and they're willing to make that sacrifice just subconsciously. That's why this happens. Gold, people generally aren't willing to pay to have their real money stored because they don't value it. They don't understand it. And Bitcoin is the difference. That's why we talk about Bitcoin so much, because Bitcoin is cryptographically a wall of cryptographic energy, storing and securing it. The armed guards cryptographically that are arming and keeping Bitcoin safe over time and space. That's why Bitcoin is such a revolutionary technology, because you only had those two options for paying to arm your guards to guard your gold and silver, your true money in a vault, or you had dollars, which were frivolously spent away in banks. And that's the purpose of the banking system. The banking system constantly. This is why when you had dollar-backed gold or gold-backed dollars, it eventually kept having to go to more and more fractional reserve and taking gold and depegging it from the dollar, because banks don't make money that way. That's why they continually had to say, oh, we need less and less and less of this reserve. And they kept just going, and the bank runs happen more and more and more, which the whole point of the Federal Reserve, I tweeted this out earlier, isn't the whole point of the Federal Reserve not to have bank runs, panics, and depositors and banks go bust? Then why have we had over the last 10 years, why are we still having this problem? And we currently having bank runs, panics, and depositors and banks going bust. I mean, hello, wake up. I don't know how many more times we're going to have to say this. This is absolutely mind-blowing to me that we continually have to go over this every day, day in and day out. And, again, I wish my voice could get to the top of Joe Biden's podium and he could just speak exactly what I'm saying to you. This 5, 10, 15-minute rant, the entire country would change completely overnight. That's it. Overnight. The whole world would be different. But, hey, the algorithm hates truth. A lot of people hate truth, quite honestly. A lot of people like being told what to do. A lot of people like laying on the mat. There's an old saying, if you don't want fleas, don't sleep with the dogs. A lot of people like sleeping with the dogs, quite honestly. They like sleeping with the dogs. They like having fleas. They like having someone else take care of them. They like having someone else giving them their pills, giving their food a couple times each day. They like that. They like living in prison, in this open-air prisoners, mental prison. That is what it is. That's not for me. We here are building a community of people that want to be free and independent. And we are, the remnant. We are the last few percent of society that want to do something differently and move society forward. Actual true progress, not the progress you see from the fake environmentalists, ESG, and all that stuff. We want true actual progress and moving humanity forward and growing humanity, not shrinking humanity and the useless eaters, the people that the globalists that think that humanity is just a waste of space and using up resources. We here believe opposite of that. We believe that humanity is the reason we are all here and that humanity is the most beautiful thing to protect at the expense of everything else. And doesn't mean we don't take care of everything else because everything else is a gift to us. It just means that humans are the number one most important thing. And then there's everything else. It's a different way of looking and how we've all been taught in this globalist collectivist system where humans are at the bottom of the rung and everything else takes more precedent than humans do. And humans are just expendable. What a gross way to live. I feel sad and I pray for those people. Got my state, big win today for Michigan State. The alma mater, had to wear some green for St. Patrick's Day. So I hope you have a wonderful St. Patrick's Day. Stay safe today. And please share this out. Like I said, algorithm hates truth. It's not financial advice. It's freedom advice. I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Thank you for your time and energy. It's the most important asset we have. So please, please understand that Bitcoin is time and time is Bitcoin. Please share this out if you feel inclined to do so. Again, not freedom advice, financial advice. Question everything with boldness. Everything. Bitcoin, gold, silver, food, energy, water, guns, ammo, security, land, and community. I appreciate you. We'll see you on the next one. And before we go, we know the debt. We want to make sure the debt is doing what it always does, of course. And what is Bitcoin doing? Is it running? Is Bitcoin running? That is the question of the day. Make sure this site does not. I got to figure out why this site is always so slow. I can't talk today. The mempool, beautiful. It's running. TikTok next block every 10 minutes. Look at that. 22 minutes go, 5 minutes go, just now. And then again, another 10 minutes. Hey, you know what's not working? The banks. But you know what is? Bitcoin. Beautiful. See you on the next one.